Welcome back to WTOL 11 Your Day. You know the feeling. You make a resolution, you break it, you start over, you start a new relationship, it fails, you start over. Starting over can be difficult, but being a perpetual beginner at things, life, diets, whatever, it can also be a lesson. Amy Neswald is a perpetual beginner, and Amy, you say that's actually a good thing. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me here.
Absolutely. You actually wrote a book about being a perpetual beginner. The idea here is to try some new things.
Yeah, my book's actually not about being a perpetual beginner, but the characters in the book are always starting over again in relationships and their practices and their artistic practices. So it does address being a perpetual beginner in character and fictional form.
Oh, gotcha. So in fiction, so it's something that we can, hey, maybe we could pick up as a as a resolution this year. You have done all kinds of things, new things all the time. Walk us through a little bit about what it means to be a perpetual beginner and how you've become one.
Being a perpetual beginner requires curiosity. It requires stepping into your own discomfort, being willing to step into the unknown and open yourself up to the vulnerability of failure as well as success. You never know where a new beginning is going to lead. It teaches you how to weather hard beginnings. We don't always get to choose where we begin, right? Sometimes life throws us surprises.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Yeah. So the practice of always willing to be uncomfortable, willing to start things really helps when we don't have those choices.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as we start these new things, we try things over, we, learn about something new, it can teach us quite a bit and quite a bit about ourselves too.
Absolutely. Yeah, my experiences are that also new beginnings lead to new opportunities and opportunities that you would never, ever see coming. I went to cosmetology school and ended up being a wig master on Broadway, working on Broadway shows. I left New York not knowing where I was going to go and ended up writing my novel and living in rural Maine with a totally different career. If you have a risk tolerance, being a perpetual beginner can lead you to places you could never dream of.
For people who might be saying, I do want to start over, do something new, I'm not fulfilled by, my life right now and what I'm doing. Do you have any advice for them to, maybe take that step and take the plunge?
Mm-hmm. Well, it all depends on your risk tolerance and how willing you are, life responsibilities. But even taking the smallest step, doing one thing, even reading a book or learning a skill that is related to the dream can have echoing, resounding changes. And again, you never know. The dream that we have might not be our real dream, but aiming towards it will lead us to other places. So even if it's just one thing, 1 minute of your day, do it, try it,
Set that time aside for yourself because it's really about you and it's about, being happy.
Yeah, it is my personal belief that we need to squeeze as much as we can out of this life experience. We only have one life, or as far as we know for certain. And so to approach life in a way that you're constantly challenging yourself, constantly trying to discover things about your world, even the smallest little details. We sometimes have broad views, but even tiny views, even going deeper into detail, can bust our minds and our lives wide open.
Absolutely. Amy, if people are interested in your book, where can they find it?
My book, I Know You Love Me Too, is available at Amazon.com. It's also on bookshop.org. And you can also go to your independent bookstores and order it from them as well. Support local bookstores.
Absolutely. Amy, thank you for joining us this morning, providing a little bit of inspiration on this Tuesday.
Thank you so much.
Yep.